The galaxy thought it had made a statement. On a remote human colony, the sky burned with alien fire. Massive warships hovered in orbit, their energy weapons scorching the surface. Civilians ran in panic, but all eyes were drawn to a single broadcast. A young human girl, no older than 12, dragged before the alien cameras. They called it a demonstration of dominance, a warning to Earth: bow or suffer the same fate. Her name was Lyra. Her laughter had once echoed through the colony's halls, full of curiosity and life. Now it was silenced. In front of the galaxy, she was murdered, her life extinguished in a cruel spectacle. The aliens cheered, believing their message would crush human morale. But Earth Command did not falter. Admiral Rhea Calder's face remained impassive as the transmission appeared on her console. The room was silent except for the hum of machinery. "They think they've won," Calder said, voice calm, sharp. "They believe we're too far away, too unprepared. They are about to learn the cost of underestimating humanity." Captain Darius Hale, standing beside her, clenched his jaw. "We've kept our fleet hidden for centuries. Let them see it now. They've forced our hand. They've awakened the storm." Deep in orbit, the hidden human fleet stirred. Massive dreadnoughts, carriers bristling with drone bays, stealth corvettes, and interceptors long thought secret were leaving their concealed stations. Each ship was a monument to human ingenuity and lethal intent. The galaxy had assumed Earth's fleets were weak, scattered, or easily contained. They were wrong. Lyra's murder was the spark. Humanity's response would be the firestorm. Hale turned to his officers. "Coordinate deployment. Every fleet sector must move as one. We strike with precision. We strike with inevitability. And we strike with enough force that no one doubts human wrath again." The aliens, jubilant in their triumph, had no inkling that the very act meant to humiliate humanity would become their undoing. The hidden fleets were en route, silent shadows slipping through slipspace, invisible until the moment of revelation. On the bridge of the flagship Judicator, Lieutenant Mara Idris traced the alien positions on her console. "Admiral," she said quietly, "they've killed her. They think it's over." Calder's gaze was icy, unwavering. "They are mistaken. This was never about negotiation. This is about justice. And when our fleet arrives, they will understand what it means to cross humanity." In the void, stars shimmered innocently. But humanity's fleet moved between them like a predator, silent, calculating, unstoppable. Lyra's death had awakened a force the galaxy was never meant to face. And when it struck, the galaxy would remember. Humanity does not forgive. Humanity does not forget. Humanity never loses. The hidden fleet emerged from the shadows of deep space, silent and massive. Alien sensors detected them almost too late. Tiny blips at first, dismissed as minor reinforcements. But the scale grew with every second. Dreadnoughts bristled with railguns, carriers launched swarms of lethal drones, and stealth corvettes weaved through the void like shadows of death. Captain Darius Hale observed the fleet's formation from the bridge of the Judicator. "Tactical," he said, voice calm, "form the wedge. Drone carriers flank the front line. Interceptors take the high orbit. Target command ships first." "Yes, Captain," Tactical Officer Lin replied, her fingers dancing across the hollow console. The hum of charging railguns and plasma arrays filled the bridge. Drone swarms launched, silent and invisible, slipping past alien shields and striking with surgical precision. Engines, weapons, and communications hubs were crippled almost instantly. The aliens, initially confident, had no idea what they faced. "Minor reinforcements," one officer declared. "We can destroy them before they interfere." They were wrong. The humans moved as one, flawless and terrifying. Railguns fired in calculated volleys, vaporizing cruisers before they could react. Plasma arrays ignited entire squadrons, while drones disabled engines and weapons in a synchronized strike. Panic rippled through the alien fleet. Marshal Vector, aboard the flagship, barked orders with growing desperation. Focus all fire on that dreadnought. Destroy it before it spreads further. The Judicator moved like a shadow, dodging volleys effortlessly, returning fire with precision that no alien mind could anticipate. Every human strike weakened formations, shattered morale, and left the aliens scrambling for solutions that did not exist. Primary batteries ready, Lin reported. Shall we engage, Captain? Hale nodded. Engage. End this. A massive railgun salvo tore through the alien flagship, cutting shields and armor with terrifying efficiency. Explosions spread across the front line, sending ships spinning helplessly into debris. Warp corridors were blocked, engines fried, weapons destroyed. The fleet that had celebrated victory was now disintegrating under the relentless, surgical assault. Even those aliens who had called for aid stared in disbelief. They had expected a minor human response, but not this. Not a fleet capable of annihilating their attackers with cold, calculated precision. Hale's voice echoed across the comms, calm and unyielding. Your celebrations were premature. Humanity does not surrender. Humanity does not falter. And humanity never forgets. The alien fleet's morale collapsed. Confidence turned to terror. Their so-called victory had vanished, replaced by the horrifying realization that they had underestimated humanity. The galaxy was about to witness a truth that would be remembered for generations. Humans fight not just with weapons but with strategy, precision, and unyielding resolve. The alien fleet was in disarray. Destroyers drifted helplessly through debris fields, cruisers spun uncontrollably after precise railgun hits, and fighter squadrons were shredded before they could organize. Humanity's fleet moved as a single, unstoppable force, each ship anticipating enemy movements with uncanny precision. Captain Darius Hale studied the battlefield from the Judicator. Every alien ship was tracked, every weak point marked. The blue and green icons of human vessels shifted flawlessly, flanking and intercepting, leaving the enemy with no room to regroup. Escape was impossible. Tactical, deploy the secondary wave, Hale commanded. Drones first, then interceptors. Seal every exit. Yes, Captain, Lin replied. Swarms of drones erupted from the carriers, phasing past shields and striking engines, weapons, and communications hubs simultaneously. Alien ships lost mobility, drifting into collisions or leaving themselves exposed to the human fleet's next volley. Marshal Vector's flagship attempted to rally the remaining vessels. Focus fire on the dreadnought. Do not let it dictate this battle. The Judicator moved like a phantom. Railguns tore through cruisers, plasma arrays ignited engines, and interceptors cut down any surviving fighters. Alien formations collapsed under precise, coordinated strike. Panic spread through every bridge, every officer, every crew. Impossible, one fleet, an alien officer stammered. Hale's voice cut through comms, calm and absolute. It's not one fleet. It's strategy. Humans never stop until the threat is eliminated. You should have remembered that. Remaining alien ships tried to warp away, but stealth frigates blocked every exit. Drone-guided kinetic strikes disabled engines and weapons, leaving ships drifting helplessly. The fleet that had celebrated victory was now a collection of burning debris. Mara Idris, watching from her station, whispered, "They thought they had us, but we were always ready." Hale's eyes scanned the void. Every invader must learn this lesson. Human space is sovereign. Trespassers will face absolute consequences. The galaxy began to understand a terrifying truth. Humanity did not bluff. Humanity did not falter. Humanity ended conflicts decisively, without mercy and with unmatched precision. The battlefield was a graveyard of alien ships, but the human fleet did not pause. Every surviving vessel was methodically neutralized. The Judicator led the advance, massive and unyielding, flanked by carriers launching endless swarms of drones, stealth corvettes weaving between debris, and interceptors striking with lethal precision. Marshal Vector's crippled flagship drifted helplessly. Alarms screamed across the bridge as sparks erupted from overloaded systems. Engines faltered. Weapon arrays failed. Communications were dead. The crew scrambled in panic, but human drones slipped past shields, disabling every critical system within moments. "Deploy the final strike," Hale ordered, voice calm and deliberate. The dreadnoughts' primary batteries fired. Railguns sliced through the flagship's armor while plasma arrays ignited engines in catastrophic explosions. The vessel disintegrated in a blinding flash, sending shockwaves across the remaining alien fleet. Surviving alien ships attempted to flee, but warp corridors were blocked by stealth frigates. Engines were disabled. Shields neutralized. Drones guided kinetic strikes with surgical efficiency. Panic turned to terror. Chaos spread across the alien rank. On the human bridge, Lin reported, enemy fleet neutralized. No vessel capable of combat remains. Hale nodded. Prepare for system stabilization and cleanup. Survey for survivors. Detain or evacuate as necessary. Humanity does not leave the aftermath to chance. Even the aliens who had called for aid stared in awe. Humanity had not arrived to negotiate, they had arrived to demonstrate absolute dominance. Strategy, firepower, and precision combined into a force the galaxy had never witnessed. Mara Idris observed the floating wreckage. "We've destroyed almost everything," she said quietly. "Not destroyed," Hale corrected. "Demonstrated. The lesson has been delivered. Let every species remember what happens when they underestimate humans." The aliens had begged for aid, expecting mercy or reinforcements. Instead, they received the most ruthless fleet the galaxy had ever seen. The void was silent except for human engines and survey drones, preparing the battlefield for occupation. The message was clear. Humanity does not negotiate under threat. Humanity does not surrender. Humanity ends conflicts decisively. The galaxy was beginning to comprehend the cost of crossing that line. Silence settled over the battlefield. Alien ships lay in ruins, drifting like shattered stars. Humanity's fleet remained steady, engines humming, drones still scanning for survivors. The system had been secured, not just defended, but completely dominated with surgical precision. Captain Darius Hale surveyed the wreckage from the Judicator. Beside him, Lieutenant Mara Idris exhaled, a mix of awe and relief in her expression. "Do you think they understand now?" she asked softly. "They will," Hale replied. "Not because we are cruel, not because we enjoy destruction, but because humans endure, adapt, and respond decisively when provoked. This lesson cannot be ignored." Across the galaxy the story spread. The alien empire's arrogance was shattered. Observers from distant systems recorded every strike, every coordinated maneuver, and every demonstration of human ruthlessness. Even those who had expected mercy were forced to revise their assumptions. Admiral Rhea Calder addressed Earth Command. "This was not vengeance," she said, "but a demonstration of deterrence. Let every species know, human space is sovereign. Violators will face total consequence. This fleet's operation sets the standard for every future interaction." In the void, drones and survey vessels methodically cleared debris and aided survivors. Even in victory, humanity acted with measured efficiency, every move intentional, calculated, and precise. Hale's eyes scanned the stars. "They will not forget. One fleet demonstrated the cost of trespassing. Others will doubt us, challenge us, test us. And when they do, we must be ready." A child on a distant colony station gazed at the stars. "Humans are strong," she whispered. "Yes," her mother replied. "They protect their own. And they never lose." The Judicator and its fleet turned homeward, leaving behind a system cleared, a galaxy warned, and a legend forged. Humanity had responded not with hesitation, but with overwhelming, unstoppable force. The aliens had called for aid. They had received humanity's most ruthless fleet. And the galaxy learned a lesson it would carry forever. Never underestimate humanity. The stars were calm, but the warning blazed brighter than any supernova. Enter human space and you face extinction itself.